Pay your tuition.
Yep. You know how many people
Briar
would like
Cliff
to
is
be
fixing
big?
to.
Millions and billions and billions of people would like to be big. And they're all in the cemetery.
You know, if we got a holiday in there.
Okay, that's true, right? How about the sexton?
This one's for my grandfather.
Linda,
Bob?
that may just go on the internet.
Okay, River Stadium. Right, whatever name of it.
Yeah, right down the hill from the college. Yep.
This guy said to me, how old are you?
Well, it was nice seeing you again, sir.
Thanks for coming.
You bet.
Well,
You too, young man.
73, but I'm not, I figured it all
We
out.
always
I'm
do.
not
I've
73.
been here many times.
It's amazing.
Thank
I
you.
thought about the whole thing. And I said, I'm not 73. I figured it out. All those trips I took from the east to the west, I gave 3 hours. So I totaled them all up, it's 9 years. So I'm really 64 years old. And I feel great for a guy 64 years old. My pleasure. My pleasure. Hey, do you have those,
No, my
I'll read
son.
what is that game they're playing now? PlayStation number 2?
Oh, yeah.
I don't have one of those. I stick with the computer.
Huh?
I stick with the computer games. I got 2001 Triple Play.
Well, those are computer things, isn't it?
Yeah, they're close. They're real
my
close.
Hall of Fame induction
But,
party.
They're hard to
That's
get.
my wife. That's my wife who's at the hotel
thank you very
downtown
much.
Des Moines
You're
right
welcome,
now.
Brandon. Take
writing
care of
out her
yourself.
Christmas cards.
Nice to see you.
Howdy.
Better her than you, right?
What's wrong with your eye?
What's that? That's what she always says.
Right.
I don't know. That's what she always asks me, too.
What the hell's wrong with his eye?
Yes. I get this email and he says, what do you think, what would you think of me doing this? And you've never seen me type so fast in my life as to what I would
Don't
think.
do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, it did a lot of good.
She wasn't too
He'll
pleased.
grow out of that.
It
He'll
comes
grow
out
of
when
it.
he goes for job interviews and visiting grandmas, it comes out. That's understood.
I'll tell you, you couldn't
So,
play for me with that thing.
That's
I
right.
guarantee you on that.
He couldn't
I
play
couldn't
for
play
you
for-
anyway.
I couldn't play for a
Those guys-
Little League
those guys
team,
that
trust
played
me.
for me, you never saw them with earrings on. You never saw them with beards.
They can't have facial hair,
You
can
never,
they?
huh?
They can't have facial hair, can they?
No way. I said, you're gonna look like major leaguers. You don't have no beards.
How'd
no
Piazza
hair.
get away with that?
Well, Piazza didn't have no beard.
Oh, I thought he had to go, too.
No, he didn't.
You ever see the House of
Not when he
David?
played for me. I played against the House of David, yeah.
Yeah, the House of David team was operated by a guy named Reddy Dome from Muscatine, Iowa. There's the ball players around Des Moines that played minor league ball.
They were
Pretty
good players.
They start, so they start growing the hair and a beard about Thanksgiving time, so it'll be all ready to go in the spring.
Oh, boy, beards. And
And
then they
as soon
put
as
on
the season's over,
shows.
they cut them all off.
You know what they used to do? You know what they used to do is amazing. They carried their own lights.
Those stinking generators.
They carried their own lights and they played like 3 games in a day. They play like 1 o'clock and then they play twilight. And then they put these lights up and they play. They put on a show. They played pepper and they had big bats and they put on a show before the game. I pitched against them.
I pitched against the Texas Black Spiders one time, played a doubleheader in Charles City on the 4th of July. And it went hot as hell. Then we go back to Waverly, Iowa, which is right near Waterloo. They have their lights. It's a traveling team of black guys, Texas Black Spiders. So one time, about 5 years ago, I sat at the ballpark in Buffalo, New York, at War Memorial Stadium, more than 5 years ago. Guy sat down. He said, "I played against you in Charles City, Iowa, in 1935." I said, "Yes, and you played with the Texas Black Spiders." He said, "Yes, he's a black guy." I did. So that's very true. They had those stinking generators running on diesel fuel. And if you hit a ball real high, the lights didn't go very high. You couldn't see it. It was out of sight. Then it might come down and hit. Nobody would be under. It hit 30 feet from everybody.
That's what they, House of David used to carry their own lights with them. I mean, they were like Bob said, you couldn't, I mean, you get it up high, you'd be right out of it. Yeah.
Did you give me your ticket?
Yeah.
I got you.
May I take your picture? Is that okay while you're
Why,
sending
sure,
these?
go
Is
right
that
ahead.
okay?
You say when, we'll say when.
How you doing? You're better than me.
He's a good boy.
Maybe bring it around the front, you can just get mine, get some of this mandarin.
Who's the news guy? They're about to do a story here.
I said that.
It was so unbelievably dead.
Right, if you get behind you, they probably wave to you. Hi, Mom.
I'm taping you. You got it all wrong. Oh, I can turn the light on too.
I know, see, that's the thing. You turn around and figure out how to buy stuff if you don't.
This guy here just doesn't understand the concept of a small camera. He just doesn't get it. He doesn't. Doesn't have a clue. He's taping the wall when Tommy's over here. I don't know what he's doing.
Kendall, nice meeting you. Take care.
I guarantee you, he brought it to you first. It's kind of different.
You go ahead and interview Tommy, whatever you want to do.
Okay, sounds good.
Are you the interviewer or are you the cameraman?
I'm both.
You're everything. Huh?
I'm a one-man band.
The budget in that TV
We try. You're in Des
They've been
Moines.
talking to most everybody. They've been talking to most everybody for 20 minutes.
What he is,
Kind of
what
cool.
he does.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
That's one of the few that does that.
Yeah.
Most of them you go to, they just,
I do well.
And they make you move real fast.
It's kind of amazing.
This is really nice.
It's worth it. Help you justify your money a little
Get a guy driving a tractor trailer.
Was it really?
Sitting next to you. Say, sir, would you try? If I paid you $2 million a year like this donkey gets, he would try from 3 in the morning to midnight. For $2 million a year, I'd wrestle piranhas and feel like a beat him. You're telling me you tried?
Okay, here we go.
Sounds good, Tommy. All right, I'll just nail it down right here against ear level. If you would just hold this very close, right about there, that'd be perfect. Thank you. All right, Tommy. Could you tell me, you had said before in a different interview that you thought that your year this year with the winning the Olympic gold medal was maybe the best highlight of your career. Why is that?
Well, you know, before I went over to Australia and the United States, when I was selected as the coach of the Olympic baseball team, I tried to tell everybody it was bigger than the World Series. I managed it 4 World Series. It's bigger than the Dodgers. I've been with the Dodgers 51 years. It's bigger than Major League Baseball. And people thought I was wacky for saying that. But I said, let me tell you something. When the Dodgers win a world championship, the Dodger fans are happy, but the Giant fans aren't, or the Cincinnati Reds fans aren't. But when you win a gold medal, the entire United States is happy. When you can do something for your country and contribute something for your country, which we live in the greatest country in the world. And as I told our players, I said, you don't represent your hometown here. You don't represent your family here. You don't represent the organization that you belong to here. You represent the greatest country in the world, the United States of America. And you're going to do everything you can to make the people in our country proud of you. And they became the people in this country were proud of those young men because they never thought we could beat the Cubans. And they think that this might be the greatest upset in the Olympics since the hockey team had beaten the Russians. So I was very, very proud of the team. They went over there, they worked hard, they believed in themselves. And the guy said to me, you mean to tell me it's bigger, you say it's bigger than the 51 years you've been with the Dodgers? I said, 51 years with the Dodgers? I said, I've been an American for 73 years.
All right, in 1988, when you won the World Series with Oral, the Bulldog, as some people like to call him, would you have rather had the man sitting next to you, or
Well, let me tell you something. I've been in baseball now, I think it's about 6 or 7 decades, right? I started in the 40s. And I say this many, many times, not because he's sitting here. I've seen Koufax pitch, I've seen Gibson pitch, I've seen Drysdale pitch, I've seen Marichal pitch. Great pitchers. But Bob Feller, to me, and what I've seen, has been the greatest pitcher in baseball in the last 50 years. Now, I didn't see Walter Johnson or Christy Mathewson. I never saw those guys. But I know one thing. at least another 100 victories away from himself serving his country. So that, to me, makes him one of the greatest pitchers that ever lived. So if I could have had a young feller pitch for me, that would have made my job a heck of a lot easier. I'll tell you that.
All right. But could I get a few questions out of Bob?
Well, thanks, Tom. It's very nice of you to be here. And of course, I've known Tommy for a long, long time. He was a great manager, a great pitcher, and a great curveball and good stuff. But he won a couple of World Series. He won the bigger World Series with the Olympic team down in Sydney and down in Australia for the United States of America. Beat the Cubans. And I remember when the Dodgers used to train over there before Tommy's time, trading him in. I played over against the Dodgers over there when DeRocher was managing in Havana in 1940 and 41. But I want to thank Tom and all you baseball fans and also WHO for giving the attention to the Bob Feller Museum here in Van Meter. My son Steve designed it, my wife Ann. She did the lighting here. She worked for GE. But I want to thank the people of Iowa and all the United States of America for making baseball our national pastime. You don't have to be a physical freak to be a ball player. If you got a little hand-and-eye coordination, you can be of normal size, strength, and speed. So thanks again, Tom, for being here today, and many, many more happy, healthy years for you and your wife, Joe.
Okay. Bob, can I get one more question out of you? I'm sorry. Just hold it right about there. I guess how'd you get Tommy to stop on by here and hearing just the praise about what he just said about you?
Well, I do appreciate that. You know, of course, all these things are controversial, but everybody has their own heroes, war heroes, and baseball and football, and all the heroes, sports heroes in the country. And but I do think of one thing that Tom was my generation. We had cohesion. We believed in what we were doing in the war. We believe what we're doing with baseball, the same as you find Americans here. All of you are here are because you love the game of baseball, or you love the state of Iowa, or the United States of America. This is Tom. This is the greatest country on earth. We're lacking a few leaders right now. We want to get back on pace and get back in the groove, because we do need more military, in my opinion, and we do need some more leaders. And some of these young people visiting this museum are going to be our leaders in the future.
I'll tell you how he got me here. Really, this is. And I said this before many times. He was my idol. I was a pitcher, and I saw what the accomplishments that he made. But the way he got me here was a slick way. He really pulled a slick one on me. And he said to me at Cooperstown, he said, Tommy, every time I watch you on television, you never fail to mention how proud you are to be living in the greatest country in the world. I said, that's right, Bob. He said, then you definitely believe in the Constitution of this country. I said, I sure do, Bob. He said, then you definitely believe in free speech. I said, I sure do, Bob. He said, good, you're going to have to make one in Van Meter, How you doing? Sir, how are you?
Hold it.
Why doesn't everybody have one of these?
He threw the ball left-handed. A lot of them do that.
Oh, everybody. How old are you?
What's that? Yeah, that's cool.
Let me get out of the...
You're doing every day to be the happiest guy in the world. You know that? You can love, huh? You can love what you're doing. I love every day of what I'm doing, what I have done, and what I'm about to do. The guy said to me one time, he said, Tommy, what was your greatest thrill in baseball? I said, I haven't received it yet.
Great. Thanks very much.
Nice meeting you.
Get a picture of the
Sure, come on.
standing break.
Sure.